Hello, my dear friends. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day. We're learning Rabbi Nachman's Torahs, Likutey Moharan, number 42. Please share the Torah video and welcome others to the live stream. By Yar B'tzar Lohem, he saw their distress, as it says in the Psalms 106. Strict judgments are mitigated through song. La 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 la. For the voice of a person singing contains the three colors of the rainbow, which are the three basic elements that make up the voice: fire, water, and air. The breath is warm like fire, moist like water, and consists of air. These three elements correspond to the three patriarchs: Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who are the three radiant colors of the garments of the divine presence. The divine presence is identified, the Shekhinah, with the rainbow, as it says in the Zohar 3:215. And the three colors of the rainbow are the three patriarchs. Right? This is why you're not supposed to stare at a rainbow. If you see the rainbow, then we make a blessing on it. But we don't go staring at the rainbow, because the rainbow is like staring at the divine presence. When we say the Shemona Esrei prayer, when we're davening, we're also not supposed to look up, because it's as if we're looking at the Shekhinah. Person who wants to feel the Shekhinah, wants to be surrounded by the presence of the Shekhinah, but there's also a certain respect we have. Okay, so the divine presence is identified with the rainbow, and the three colors of the rainbow are the three patriarchs. Now, when the divine presence dresses in her radiant garments, the verse is then fulfilled: I will see it and remember the eternal covenant. As it says in Genesis, this verse refers to the rainbow that Hashem placed in the sky after the flood to remind him, so to speak, of his covenant. Right? That's why we have the rainbow, to remind Hashem of the covenant. Right? His promise never to inundate the world. Right? Mabul destroyed the whole world. So this is his promise that he's not going to do this again, even if we upset him. And when Hashem sees the divine presence dressed in her radiant garments, then the anger of the king subsides. When a person sings the letters of the prayers in the clear, fine voice, he thereby dresses the divine presence, that is, the letters of the prayers, in radiant garments. Right? For the letters of the prayers are the divine presence, they're the Shekhinah. As is written, Hashem, Adna, Hashem Sefasai Tiftach, Hashem opened my lips, it says in the Psalms 51. Since speech is associated with Hashem's name Adna, speech is also called a bow, alluding to the supplicatory prayer, as Rashi explains on the phrase, with my sword and my bow. It says in Genesis. And when the Holy One, blessed be He, sees the divine presence of Shekhinah, that is, the letters dressed up in radiant garments, then the anger of the king subsides. This is the explanation of Rashi's comment on the verse: he saw their distress when he heard their song. It says in the Psalms 106 that their song alludes to the merit of the patriarchs. In other words, when Hashem sees the merit zichus of the patriarchs, namely that the garments of the divine presence are splendorous and bright, then, as the following verse states, he had compassion in keeping with his great loving kindness. And strict judgments are then mitigated. So this is really, this is much deeper than just the surface here. What we're saying here is that basically, strict judgments are mitigated through song, and the letters are the divine presence. And when you sing the prayers with all your heart, sometimes I'm davening in the morning and say, why am I just going and davening and praying with a regular tone? Why don't I add some beauty to it? And then I start to sing my prayers more. Baruch Ato. When you put in that energy, like the angels are singing praises to God all the time in the Sefer in the world of Yetzirah. And they're singing these praises in big armies and it's beautiful to Hashem. Hashem loves song. So the song, the letters of the alphabets are like, they're like a piece of the divine presence. So when we sing the words, when we go and we do anything that goes and connects us to the divine presence, learning Torah connects us to the divine presence, prayer connects us to the divine presence, doing mitzvos, a mitzvah connects us to the Shekhinah. When we do these things, what's happening? We're mitigating Hashem's anger. Okay, we're mitigating Hashem's anger. And look, Hashem, it says, how long is Hashem angry? Only for, it says for like a second. What is a second? There's a whole Talmud on this. How long is a second for? And then some say the time it takes to walk a mill, or the time it takes to go this. There's a whole discussion on this. But supposedly it takes a second. But there's judgments against the person. We're constantly faced in life with a lot of obstacles, and we make mistakes. We do things, sins. We forget to do certain mitzvahs, and thereby the divine presence is leaving us, and therefore, we have obstacles more, and so we need to bring this back, and we bring this back through song, through prayer, for doing things that help to encourage the divine presence to connect us to God. And this is mitigating the judgments. Okay, so although also through faith in the sages, namely by believing that all the things they say and do are by no means simple and obvious, but rather that they contain deep secrets. Through this faith, a person dresses up the rainbow in radiant garments, and strict judgments are mitigated. For the tzaddik sage is identified with the rainbow, as Rav Shimon Bar Yochai said to Rabbi Shua ben Levi, "Did a rainbow appear during your lifetime?" It says in Ksubos, the Talmud. The reason for this association is that everything he does, the tzaddik radiates light to the divine presence of the Shekhinah, thereby removing her simple dark garments in order to adorn her with colored radiant garments of the secrets of the Torah. And the secrets of the Torah are called its light. Consequently, I will see it to remember the eternal covenant, whereby Hashem's anger at his children leaves him. The anger of the king subsides and the strict judgment is mitigated. So the sage, he's constantly connecting himself to the Shekhinah. He doesn't want to go and do anything in life without making sure he has connection to the Shekhinah at all times. Shivisi Hashem and Negdi Sameh. I place Hashem before me always. The tzaddik, the Toner Rebbe in Yerushalayim, one of his chassidim told me he goes to the Koisel, the Koisel Rabbi, and he touches the wall, kisses the wall, stays there for a minute, and he leaves. He doesn't stay there for an hour, 2 hours praying. That's it. He's going there to connect himself to the Shekhinah. So we connect ourselves to the Shekhinah through the Torah, through mitzvahs, through meditation on Hashem's oneness. And this is mitigating judgments. This is helping us to succeed in life. And the tzaddikim and faith in them is helping us to connect to this as well. Like when a tzaddik, a sage, prays, he's praying for the Shekhinah. The Shekhinah should be reunited and elevated. And it's taught in Kabbalah that when a person davens to Hashem, that they should pray for the Shekhinah. Why? Because the Shekhinah is connected to all of Israel. When he destroyed the Beis Hamikdash, he sent the Shekhinah in exile to be with us, his presence to be with us. And that we should feel this, we should connect to this, and it should guard us, this light. So, when a person prays, instead of being selfish when they're praying, when they pray for the Shekhinah, they're praying for all of Israel, and thereby we are included, that person is included in the Shekhinah. And how does a person get answered in their prayer? When they approach Hashem as nothing, completely bittul. And Hashem's like not saying me, I need this, I need that. But no, the Shekhinah needs the Klal Yisrael, that the Jewish people should heal. And so by saying that, instead of praying for yourself that my leg hurts, I'm in pain, instead you pray, Hashem, the Shekhinah's in pain. So you're automatically included in this. And it's even stronger when you make a prayer like this. That should be the kavanah, the meditation. These same spiritual rectifications are also accomplished by making a handsome garment for the sage. And making a garment for the sage, this is also accomplishing the same aspect of cooling the strict judgments. The shofar blasts on Rosh Hashanah also bring about a mitigation of strict judgments. For the three different types of shofar blasts, Tekiah, Shofar, and Truah, parallel to the three patriarchs. And the mnemonics used for each of the blasts, K for Tekiah, Sh for Shofar, and T for Truah, spell the words Keshet, rainbow. These three types of blasts also correspond to the three names of Hashem contained in the Shema, Hashem, Elokeinu Hashem. Shema Hashem, Elokeinu Hashem, Echad. So these three names, it parallels this, which contain 14 letters. And the blast also identify with the radiant colors. Thus, the 14 letters of the three divine names in Shema correspond to the Yud, and the Dalid, whose combination in numerical alludes to 14, in the divine name Shakai. Right? Shakai, we have the Dalid and the Yud at the end. While the three patriarchs are the three branches of the initial Shin of his name, of the Shema, right? The Shin has three branches. So this then is the interpretation of the verse. Shakai, this name Shakai, will be your fortress, as it says in Eov. Since the word Betzarcha, fortress, can also be construed as in your distress, meaning that the name Shakai, which alludes to all of the components that are involved in mitigating strict judgments, will be with you in your distress, as it says in the Zohar, number 3. Wow. Okay. So this lesson, in summary, since we completed it, is saying how important it is to sing the holy words of the Aleph Beis in song. Sing psukim of Tilim. When you pray, try to do some more of it with song. Make it beautiful to Hashem, and you're elevating the letters, and you're connecting to the divine presence through this song. And you're also gonna have more kavanah through that. And by elevating the divine presence, you're gonna mitigate judgments, harsh judgments against Klal Yisrael, even yourself, if you've done something wrong. You're going to elevate these things up. Very simple. Also, have faith in the sages, very, very important. We spoke about a good kavanah to have while you're saying Shema Yisrael, to have in mind the idea of the Shin being the three patriarchs, and the Tekiah, Shofar, and Truah, which the shofar blast mitigates judgment. So that's all inside that pasuk of Shema. Thank you all for coming. It's a short lesson from Rabbi Nachman. We have some other short ones, so each one I'll go back on live to complete them. So we're almost done the first sefer of Rabbi Nachman, the Likutey Moharan. There are 2 volumes. We're almost finished the first one. Shalom, shalom. I wish you a wonderful and happy, productive day.